calculation of the goods. Okay, after this theoretical part, we will turn to the practical part. In this hire purchase system, the calculation of interest is most important. The calculation of interest is most important. Without calculation of interest, we cannot turn to the problem. So this is the basic condition, primary condition, that to calculate interest first and then we can solve the problems. So in this session we will discuss how to calculate the interest in the case of hire purchase system. In the last lecture, in the first part, I have told you that the basic formula for calculation of hire purchase, cash price or interest. Hire purchase price or cash price or interest. Okay. So what is the formula? Hire purchase price is equal to cash price plus interest. This is the basic formula. Hire purchase price is equal to cash price plus interest. We can change this formula as per our requirement. Suppose we want to calculate cash price, then at such time we can calculate cash price as, although we can change the formula as cash price is equal to hire purchase price minus interest. Cash price is equal to hire purchase price minus interest. If we want to calculate interest, then we can change the formula as interest is equal to hire purchase price minus cash price. So this formula is very, very important for us. We can use this formula as per our requirement. Calculation of interest depends upon the information given in the problem. There are 5 methods. You may say there are 5 methods of calculation of interest. Okay? It depends upon the information given in the problem. As we have seen in the formula that we require hire purchase price, okay, cash price, okay, and interest. 3 items are required. Okay. Considering these 3 items, 3 factors, we will see what are the methods of calculation of interest. In the first method, when you have provided hire purchase price, cash price, as well as the rate of interest, it means all the 3 factors you have been provided. In the next method, you will see when hire purchase price is not given, it means cash price is given, rate of interest is given, but hire purchase price is not given. How to calculate this? We will see here. Then next is when cash price is not given. Okay, we require hire purchase price, cash price, interest, but here the cash price is missing. So how to calculate the interest? We will see here. Next in the part, when rate of interest is not given, out of these 3, now rate of interest is missing. When the rate of interest is not given, how to calculate the interest? We will discuss here. And the last method is when you will be provided only the hire purchase price. Cash price is missing as well as rate of interest is missing. 2 items are missing. So how to calculate the interest in such situation we will discuss here. So let us start from the first method, that is when you will be provided all. All means hire purchase price, cash price and interest. Okay. Without example, it is not possible to explain the process of calculation of interest. Without example, without some calculations, then it is not possible to explain the calculation of interest. So I have taken example here. For every type, for every method I have taken example. Here in the first method, example is, first we will read the example carefully. The cash price is rupees 60,000, down payment rupees 16,000, Also you have been given higher purchase price. Okay. And also you have provided rate of interest, that is 5% per annum. Here the higher purchase price is given in 4 installments. First is down payment and 3 installments. Totally 4. First down payment and 3 installments. So first we will calculate in the first step total higher purchase price. 16,000 down payment plus 3 installments of rupees 16,000 each. It means total higher purchase price is 64,000. Total higher purchase price is rupees 64,000. Now we can calculate in the second step total interest. Interest is equal to higher purchase price minus cash price. Higher purchase price minus cash price. So interest total cash higher purchase price 64,000. We have been provided cash price 16,000. So total interest will be rupees 4,000. Okay. From this example we have provided higher purchase price. Okay. 16,000 down payment and 16,000 3 installments. Total is 64,000. Cash price is given. Rate of interest is given. We have started calculation of interest. In the first part we have calculated the total higher purchase price, and in the second step we calculated the total interest. Next we will calculate the interest in each installment, cash price in each installment. Okay, interest and cash price in each installment. Okay, I have prepared a table here. That you can easily understand. First column is here. Next is installment. Calculation of interest details are given. Cash price in each installment and the balance cash price. Cash price in each installment and balance cash price. Total cash price payable is rupees 60,000. Total cash price payable is rupees 60,000. Out of which down payment is made 16,000. Okay. So remaining 44,000 payable. Remaining cash price payable is rupees 44,000. And as per our rule, interest will be charged on the balance amount of cash price. Interest will be charged on the balance amount of cash price. So total 44,000 is payable. Rate of interest is 5%. If you calculate 5% on 44,000, it will be rupees 2,200. In the installment of rupees 16,000, in the installment of rupees first installment 16,000, 2,200 is for interest. The remaining amount 13,800 will be for cash price. Okay, so deduct 13,800 from 44,000. The remaining or balance cash price will be 30,200. Okay, after deducting 13,800 from 44,000. Okay, then 30,200 is the balance cash price on which the interest is payable. So calculate interest 5% on 30,200. It will be rupees 1,510. Okay. The second installment is of rupees 16,000. Out of which 1,510 is paid for interest. It means 14,490 is paid for the cash price. Is paid for the cash price. Okay. So now the balance cash price will be 15,710. After deducting 14,490 from 30,200. Okay. Then next installment is of 16,000. Now we know the total amount of interest. We know the total amount of interest, and this is the last installment. So instead of calculating the interest on the remaining balance of cash price, we will calculate here by using the technique of missing figure. By using the technique of calculation of missing figure. Okay. So we know the total interest 4,000. From this 4,000 deduct 2,200 and 1,510. You will get rupees 290. That will be the portion of interest. That will be the component of interest in the last installment. Okay. And thus 290 is for interest in rupees 60,000. It means the cash price rupees 15,710. Okay. Thus total cash price 60,000, total interest 4,000, and total installments, that is higher purchase price, is rupees 64,000. Okay. Clear? First step 60,000 total cash price, paid rupees 16,000 down payment, 44,000. On 44,000 you have to pay 5% interest. It will be 2,200. Deduct it from the balance cash price. Okay. 13,700 should be deducted from balance cash price. The remaining cash price will be 30,200. Then on this 30,200, 5% interest is payable. So calculate 5% interest on 30,200. It will be 1,510. Deduct it from the installment. You will get the cash price in that installment. And by deducting 14,490 from 30,200, you will get the balance cash price, that is 15,710. But here you have to take into consideration that for final installment, no interest calculation is made by using the percentage. No interest calculation is made by using the percentage, but the amount of interest is calculated by using the calculation of missing figure technique. Okay, you know the total interest is 4,000. Deduct first two amounts that you have calculated, you will get 490, that is the missing figure. For last final installment, no calculation should be made on the basis of percentage, but you have to find out missing figure. Is that clear? Thus, total installments, higher purchase price, cash price, and interest. Thus, you will get the interest amount, cash price amount, and higher purchase price amount of each installment. This is the first method. Then we will turn to the next method. When higher purchase price is not given, when higher purchase price is not given, it means you have provided cash price as well as rate of interest. You have provided cash price as well as interest. We will go for the example. What is example? Cash price rupees 1 lakh. Amount paid on signing the contract rupees 40,000, that is down payment. Balance will be paid in 3 yearly installments of rupees 20,000 each, plus interest. Interest is additionally payable. Okay, 20,000 for cash price, and in addition to this, interest is payable. Okay, interest will be charged on outstanding balance at the rate of 5% per annum. So you have been provided cash price, okay, and rate of interest. Cash price is paid in 4 installments, 1 down payment and 3 installments. Okay, are you clear with the problem? Go for the solution. Here, the same columns are here. First year, the second column is for calculation of interest, because we are not being provided higher purchase price. So first we calculate the interest and then we will calculate the installment, because we know the amount of cash price in installment, but we don't know the total amount of installment including interest. So installment column is shifted here. Okay, cash price, installment, balance cash price. Total cash price payable is 1 lakh. Out of this, 40,000 has been paid at the time of agreement, that is down payment. So amount payable is 60,000. You have to calculate interest on balance amount of cash price, that is 60,000 as per the rule. So calculate interest 5% on 60,000. The amount will be 3,000. Cash price 20,000 plus interest 3,000. Total 23,000 is payable as installment. Okay. The cash price balance of 60,000, out of which 20,000 has been paid. Now the remaining balance of cash price 40,000. Balance of cash price 40,000. You have to calculate interest on 40,000 at the rate of 5%. You will get the interest 2,000. Okay. Cash price installment 20,000 plus interest payable 2,000. So total installment will be rupees 22,000. Okay. Now we will calculate the balance cash price. 40,000 was the balance, out of which 20,000 has been paid. So balance cash price 20,000. Now you have to calculate interest on 20,000. Now you have to calculate interest on 20,000. Okay. So it will be rupees 1,000. 5% on 20,000, 1,000. Now the balance cash price will be totally 1,06,000. Just you have to calculate the interest on balance amount of cash price. First, 1 lakh deduct 40,000 down payment as it is paid immediately. There will be no question of interest. So balance 60,000 rupees. 3,000 will be interest at rate of 5%. So total installment 20,000 plus 3,000 is 23,000. Deduct 20,000 cash paid. Balance cash price 14,000. Calculate interest 5% rupees 2,000. Installment 20,000 plus interest 2,000. Total installment 22,000. Deduct 20,000 from the balance cash price. The balance cash price will be 20,000. Calculate 5% interest on 20,000 and it will be rupees 1,000. So cash price installment 20,000, interest 1,000, totally 21,000 installment, and this is paid out. The total payment will be made. The total cash price 1 lakh, interest 6,000 and higher purchase price 1,06,000. Then we will go for the next method of calculation of interest. Next method of calculation of interest. Okay. When cash price is not given, we require 3. Okay. Out of this, cash price is missing. Okay. Rupees 24,000 down payment. Example. The balance amount, including interest 10%, was paid at the end of each year as agreed. The first year installment was rupees 51,200. Second year rupees 39,200. Third year rupees 28,000, and in the fourth year rupees 17,600. These are the 4 installments. These are the 4 installments. Okay. So down payment 24,000 plus 4 installments. The rate of interest is 10%. It means we know the total higher purchase price. We can calculate the total higher purchase price by adding down payment and all the 4 installments. Okay. Rate of interest is given. Now we have to calculate cash price in each installment. Okay. And interest in each installment. Okay. You know the interest is paid on balance amount of cash price. So as we are paying the cash price in by each installment, automatically the balance of cash price will be reducing, will decrease after each and every installment. The balance of cash price will decrease after each and every installment. And as the balance of cash price is decreasing, automatically, obviously, the amount of interest will decrease. The amount of interest will decrease after each and every installment. Okay. Here we don't know the cash price, but we know that higher purchase price is equal to cash price plus interest. Cash price plus interest. Okay. So when you will pay the last installment, you will pay out cash price as well as interest. It means higher purchase price in each installment. Higher purchase price of each installment includes cash price and interest. At the time of last installment, you will clear the higher purchase price, cash price and interest. Okay. So if 10% is the rate of interest, 10% is the rate of interest. Cash price 100 plus 10 interest is equal to higher purchase price 110. So 110 will be the higher purchase price. See the rate, cash price plus interest is equal to higher purchase price. So when cash price will be 100, interest will be 10, higher purchase price will be 110. Okay. When 110 will be the higher purchase price, 10 will be the interest. So you can write here as when higher purchase price 110, 10 will be the interest, and the final payment will clear it. So 10 divided 110, that is important here. We will not divide by 100 according to this formula. Okay. So 10 divided by 110 1600. In the last installment, 1600 is the amount of interest. So portion of cash price, component of cash price will be 16,000. Now we will follow the reverse process. We will follow the reverse process. Okay. Before last but one installment, the amount due was 28,000 plus next 16,000. That is paid in the last installment. So last but one installment, 28,000 plus 16,000 total amount is payable. So you have to calculate interest according to this formula, 10 divided by 110 into total amount payable, that includes cash price and interest. So 28,000 plus 16,000, the amount of interest will be rupees 4,000. In 28,000, amount of interest is 4,000. It means that cash price is 24,000. Cash price is 24,000. Okay. Balance cash price will again add. Again we will go for the second installment by reverse process. We go for the second installment. At that time, the total amount payable 39,200. The amount of that installment plus remaining two installments, that of rupees 24,000 and 16,000. 24,000 and 16,000. So total amount payable at the time of second installment 39,200. Amount of that installment plus remaining two installments, cash price 24,000 and 16,000. If you calculate interest on this amount, the amount of interest will be 7,200. Amount of interest will be 7,200. Okay. In the 39,200, the amount of interest is 7,200. It means cash price will be 32,000. Cash price will be 32,000. Okay. Then we will go for the first installment. At the time of first installment, the amount payable, the amount due was the amount of that installment plus all the three installments. Cash price in all the three installments. That is 51,200 plus 32,000, 24,000 and 16,000. All these three installments were due at the time of first installment. So calculate the interest at 10% by using the formula 10 divided by 110. Okay. It will be rupees 11,200. It will be rupees 11,200. Okay. Then 11,200 is the amount of interest. Then cash price component will be 40,000 out of 51,200. Okay. Now we will get the total amount of cash price: 16,000, 24,000, 32,000, 14,000, totally 1,12,000. Okay. Here you have to see that you have to process from bottom to top. Reverse process you have to follow. You have to process from bottom to top because we don't know the cash price. So here from the last installment, from the final installment, you have to start. Why it is so? Because only after payment of the final installment you will clear the cash price and interest. So you have to follow here reverse process. That is important here. So I repeat here, when the cash price is not given, draw the table and start the process from the final installment. Reverse process you have to follow. Is that clear? Okay. Then we will come to the next. When rate of interest is not given, the third component, the rate of interest is not given. Then at such time, how to calculate the interest? We will take another one example. Cash price is rupees 1,68,000. Rupees 45,000 being paid on signing of an agreement, that is down payment, and balance is paid as on 31st March 2018, 60,000, on 31st March 2019, 30,000, and on 31st March 2020, rupees 45,000. Okay, now we know the cash price 1,68,000. We can calculate the higher purchase price by adding the installments. That is down payment plus installments is equal to higher purchase price. Okay, so 45,000 plus 60,000 plus 30,000 plus 45,000 down payment plus 60,000 plus 30,000 plus 45,000. 3 installments, totally 1,80,000. Out of from this 1,68,000 will be deducted cash price. You will get total interest 12,000. You will get total interest rupees 12,000. Okay, total cash price minus total hire purchase price minus total cash price is equal to interest. Very simple problem. Then in the next step, we will calculate the amount payable after each installment, because you have to pay the interest on the balance amount of cash price after each installment. Okay, this is the rule. So we have to follow what will be the balance amount. What will be the balance amount after each installment? The total hire purchase price payable is 1,80,000. The total hire purchase price payable is rupees 1,80,000. Down payment made 45,000. So due amount will be 1,35,000. In the first installment we have got 60,000. So due amount will be 75,000. Second installment paid rupees 30,000. Due amount payable amount will be 45,000. And final installment is paid of rupees 45,000. So due amount will be 0. Now we can calculate the ratio of due amounts payable after each installment. Amount payable after each installment. So 1,35,000 was payable, 75,000 was payable, 45,000 was payable after first, second, and third installments. We can calculate the ratio. 1,35,000 to 75,000 to 45,000. So the ratio will be 9 to 5 to 3. In the third step, we have to calculate the ratio. Okay? We will go ahead. Now we will calculate the interest. We know the total amount of interest. In the first step, we have calculated. Total amount of interest is 12,000. Now we have to divide. This 12,000 in the ratio of 9 to 5 to 3. Okay? We have to divide the ratio in 9 to 5 to 3. So 12,000 divided by 17 into 9, 12,000 divided by 17 into 5, and 12,000 divided by 17 into 3. 12,000 divided by 17 into 9 into 5 into 3. By using the simple formula that you know, okay, how to divide the amount in the ratio. Here the ratio is 9 to 5 to 3. So just to calculate the amount, you will get 6,353 first installment. For second installment, 2,118, and for the third installment, 3,529. Okay, these are the installment amounts, interest amount in each installment. Interest amount in each installment. Okay. Now we can calculate easily the cash price portion or the cash price component in each installment, because we know the basic formula. Cash price is equal to higher purchase price minus interest. Cash price is equal to higher purchase price minus interest. So first installment 60,000, out of this 6,000 interest. Okay. Then amount of cash price will be 53,647. In the same way, second installment 13,000, amount of interest 3,529. Total will be the 26,471 will be the amount of cash price. Okay. And third installment 45,000 was there. The amount of interest was 2,180. Okay. The amount of cash price will be 42,882. Thus, we can get the amount of interest in each installment as well as amount of cash price in each installment. Okay, I will repeat again. First, you have to calculate the total amount of interest. First, you have to calculate the total amount of interest by deducting cash price from the higher purchase price. Then, in the second step, you have to calculate the due amount, payable amount. In the third step, you have to calculate the ratio of payable amounts, due amounts. In the fourth step, you have to divide the total interest in the ratio. You have to divide the total amount of interest in the ratio. And after calculating the interest, you can find out the cash price in each installment by deducting interest from the higher purchase price. Okay, very simple. Then we will come to the last method of calculation of interest. Then we will calculate the interest by using the last method, where you will be provided only purchase price. When you will be provided only higher purchase price, it means you are not being provided here the rate of interest as well as cash price. Rate of interest as well as cash price. Okay. So we will take one example. The terms of payment for the sale are rupees 2 lakh an agreement on delivery. Okay, it is down payment. That is on 1st April 2017. Then rupees 2 lakh 8,000 on 31st March 2018. 1 lakh 92,000 on 31st March 2019, and it is 1 lakh 76,000 on 31st March 2020. Inclusive of interest. It means in this interest is already included. Interest is already included because the installment amounts includes cash price as well as interest. We have given the higher purchase price. Okay. In the first step, we will calculate the formula. We will formulate first. We will formulate the equations. Okay. You know the amount is paid in installments. So after payment of each and every installment, the amount of cash price as well as the amount of interest will go in decrease. After each installment, each and every installment, the amount of interest will be go decrease by decrease. Okay, decreasing. Here we have to assume that the cash price in each installment is same, is equal. We have to assume that the portion of cash price, the component of cash price in each installment is same, is equal. Okay. Only the interest will change. Only the interest will change. Okay. So at the time of first installment, the large amount is payable, interest will be high. After payment of first installment, the amount payable will be slightly less, so interest will be less. Again, after each and every installment, payment of each and every installment, the amount payable will be decrease. Decrease the amount. Okay. So because of this, interest will be less. So in the first installment, we have assumed that the cash price is same. C for cash price. C will be the same, equal amount. So C is taken continuously. 3 C's are payable because 3 installments are payable. So interest will be 3I. After payment 1 installment, 2 installments are payable. 2C cash price. Okay. 2C are payable, so interest will be 2I for interest. And when the final installment will due, only 1 installment is due, only 1 installment is payable, so the interest will be only 1I. So first installment C plus 3I, second installment C plus 2I, and third installment C plus I. Okay, are you clear this? First you have to formulate the equations. Okay. Then we will go for solving these equations by using our technique, solving of simultaneous equations. Okay, by following the process of simultaneous equations. Take any two equations. C plus 3I, okay, C plus 2I, C plus I. These are the three equations. You can take any two equations from these. Suppose we have taken first two equations. C plus 3I is equal to 2 lakh 8,000, first installment. C plus 2I is equal to 1 lakh 92,000, second installment. Okay. You know the process of solving simultaneous equations. You have to change the signs of one equation. You have to change the sign of one equation. I have changed the sign. C minus 2I minus 1 lakh 92,000 minus. Okay. Change the signs of the second equation. Now you can deduct the second equation from the first equation. You will get I is equal to 16,000. Now we calculated the interest amount 16,000. I is equal to 16,000 in the last installment. By using this, put the figure of interest. Put the figure of interest in any equation. We have three equations. Put the figure of I in any equation. You will get the amount of that particular cash price. C plus VI is equal to 2,08,000. C plus 3, we have put here 16,000, the price of the amount of I, the value of I. Okay, so 3 into I, 16,000. So C plus 48,000 is equal to 2,08,000. So C is equal to 2,08,000 minus 48,000, that is C is equal to 1,60,000. C is equal to 1,60,000. Is it okay? Here we use the process of solving simultaneous equations. Here we use the process of solving simultaneous equations. C is common for all, for 3 installments, because we have assumed that C is common, C is equal, C is same. Okay, so C will be rupees 1,60,000. Now you can calculate very easily the amount of interest in each installment as well as amount of cash price in each installment. Cash price is already calculated. 2 lakh is the down payment, that is totally cash price, and 1,60,000 is common for all installments. So 1,60,000, 1,60,000, 1,60,000 totally in each installment. Rupees 1,60,000 will remain same because we assumed that. So interest will be 3 into 16,000. C plus 3I. 3I into 3 into 16,000. 2 into 16,000 and 1 into 16,000. You will get the amount of interest. Thus the total installment higher purchase price is 7,76,000 and interest is 96,000, then 6,80,000 total cash price. Okay, I will recap again. When you are given only the higher purchase price, first you have to assume that cash price in each installment is equal, is same. Then formulate the equations. Okay, solve these equations by using the technique of process of simultaneous equations. Okay, you will get the amount of C. Then by preparing this table, you can get the amount of each installment that is given. Interest you can calculate 3I to I is equal to. So just calculate, just multiply 16,000 to the 3, 2 and 1. And the amount of cash price that we have calculated here. Is that clear? These are the 5 methods of calculations. Which method should be adopted, which method should be followed, depends upon the information given in the problem. Okay? We have discussed the 5 methods of calculation of interest. Go through it again. Okay? Listen it very carefully again and again. Then you can understand how to calculate the interest and cash price in the case of higher purchase problem. Okay? Very simple. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay? I expect your valuable comments and I will be with you again